Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor and this is Keeping It Real, Debt and Budget. A little bit of background about me. I am a 40-year-old living in Florida. I make about $100,000 a year working in healthcare, and I am paying off about $40,000 in consumer debt. I also have some savings goals that I'm trying to hit through this progress and also attempting to stay on budget. I am a digital budgeter, so I keep track of everything on spreadsheets and also in an application on my phone. So if you want to see how I did on my budget for the first paycheck of May, then go ahead and keep on watching. I'm really enjoying doing the side-by-side view on these types of videos because it gives you guys an up-close look at what my tracking and spreadsheets look like. So just to review, my paycheck for the 25th of April, that is going to be covering the majority of my bills in the first part of May, and so that pay was the $2642.82. I did have $457 roll over. That was just my buffer or my rollover in my account, and I did anticipate needing that rollover. If you're also new to my channel, I do pay myself first. This is not a common practice within the budgeting world, but for me, being 40 years old, having a household, having animals, and knowing that emergencies come up, I do want to have money in my savings accounts and pay my savings accounts first. If I have leftover money in my budget, after I have paid myself, then I will roll it towards debt. But this is my savings for this paycheck, so I was able to put away $355. My acorns did go back up, and actually let me pull up my phone and have my accurate number for acorns. So I do invest $12.50 per week into acorns, and it has not changed from yesterday whenever I checked it. The stock market dipped a little bit, but then it has come back up, which I am very thankful for. So right now in my money market, I have 1,165. In my high yield savings, I have 401. I do put $50 per paycheck into this account. For my tax account, I have $375. $75 per paycheck goes into that. My Get Fit account, I kind of use as my sinking fund. So anything that comes up, car repairs, things that I want to purchase, like additional shoes or clothes or anything, will come out of that rolling account that I have for those extras that don't fit in the budget. So $100 per paycheck goes into that, and I have $191. I did have that $103 car service that I talked to you guys about in the last video. And then my Acorns account is sitting at the $980.48. So my bills that have already come out, there's a few in here that aren't coming out because I am filming this on the 4th of May. And so I do have my home warranty, my student loan, my personal loan number 2. I made a large payment towards Discover Card at the end of April, so I don't have a payment for this cycle. My personal loan number 1 comes out. I paid off the remainder balance that I owed on my cell phone, so my cell phone bill itself did go down. This still is a racket, I'm telling you. I don't know if it's worth $120 a month to have this cell service, but we live out in the country, so sometimes we are limited on what cell service actually works out here. And then I do have a payment coming out of my account for $159 towards my credit union card, which that's the card that I am using for my functional zero. So I will put items onto that and then pay them off within that month. Now, what we're looking at as the update is my expenses. Now, I have not done the grocery shopping for this weekend, so that will come out of this, but for household, I had $150 in my budget. I've spent $81.37 so far. I do need to make one more trip to Walmart, and so I'll be able to, hopefully I won't spend the whole $68 that is available in that budget, but hopefully I will have some remainder left over because gas hit me hard this past 2 weeks. So I do budget $115 per month for gas. I do work from home, but I do have some things that I do outside the home that I need to drive quite some distances to on a regular basis. And so I ended up having to fill up the truck once. I filled up one of our other vehicles once, and so that was $104 in gas for the last week, actually. So hopefully I will not have to put any more gas in the vehicles this upcoming week before my next paycheck posts on May the 9th. So I am over budget for this week or this paycheck for the $46. So I'll take that out of my next budget, but unfortunately when I have to drive for work, I have to drive for work. For groceries, I've spent $202 of my grocery budget, which is $400 for the 2 weeks. It is incredible how much it costs to feed only 2 people nowadays, but I do have $197 left in groceries. I definitely will not spend that entire amount, so I'm hoping that some of these other categories will help make up for the overspending in gas. I did buy my dogs a pack of treats. They're actually like freeze-dried beef liver treats, and so they're really, really good for the dogs. And so that was $10.99 for that bag, and so I do have the $26 remaining in my pet budget. So this will also be rolling over because I don't anticipate needing to pick anything else up for the dogs. So I do have $645 budgeted for these categories. I've only spent $398, and so I do have $246 left over. I really would like to keep this number positive with these other categories making up for that gas purchase. My miscellaneous items, I keep medical in there because I do have some appointments lined up. I have my taquitos, which is a nod to Caleb Hammer that is running into a convenience store to pick up snacks. As I did say, I am on the road quite a bit to visit with clients for work, and so sometimes popping in to get a cold drink is a necessity as it is getting warmer here in Florida. Then I don't have a budget for Amazon, but this is just to keep accountable with how much I'm actually spending on Amazon. Now I am over on my taquitos. My husband and I had our eye appointments and they did dilate his eyes, and so I was driving us home and he wanted something cool to drink, and he had on the very stylish sunglasses that the doctor's office gives you when they dilate your eyes, and he did not want to go into the convenience store with those on, so I did pick him up a cold drink. But otherwise, like I said, this is just me being out on the road a whole lot more this past month. So I do have a total of $119 that I'm technically over on this category, but I will not end up, of course, I will not overdraw my account. This is accounted for in my buffer. I just want to keep track of these categories, not necessarily that I am strictly hardcore staying to them, because of course my medical costs, I do have to pay those. But if we're looking at, I was able to put away all for my savings, I was able to put all away for my bills, I'm still under budget on my expenses, over budget on my miscellaneous, but that still has me in a positive down here where I have $201 left to spend if I was strictly staying within these numbers. So as long as I'm aware of that number, then my overages from up here will account for this amount here. So I do stay mindful of that. On my credit cards, I do still have the purchase from Amazon on my Discover card that I'm going to be making next pay period. And then my credit union card, I did put a few other things on it, but again, this is going to be a functional zero, and I'll show you guys that during next video that I've been able to bring that charge back down to functional zero. And then my Capital One card, I'm not putting anything on that. So I have dumped quite a bit of spending into payments, but that is because I am keeping that card at a functional zero. A fun thing about my credit union card is I have points on that card, but I never redeem them. So I logged into the rewards website and I was able to get $400 worth of Lowe's gift cards. And that essentially paid for us to get brand new lights on the outside of our house. We were going to use our home repair fund that we have to buy those, but I was able to get them with points. So I would like to become, as Caleb says, I would like to become a credit card person where I'm able to utilize my credit union credit card, use the points, get the points, and turn them into those gift cards so that we can use them. So that was a very pleasant surprise that I was able to get those lights basically, I know it's not for free because I've been paying interest on these cards, but it was nice to get points back on something that I've already been paying into. So that is a quick check-in for the first paycheck of May. Really, I'm watching this number down here. I know my bills will get paid. I know that I have enough to get groceries, but I am watching this number. This paycheck, because it has the larger bills coming out of it, this paycheck usually is very lean, and I have to be very aware of what I'm spending because there will not be a whole lot rolling over into next pay period. But I am filming this on a Saturday. I do get paid this upcoming Thursday. I don't anticipate being out spending a whole lot more money apart from picking up another order from Walmart and doing our grocery shopping. So I should be good for the next couple days leading up to getting paid on Thursday. So I'm very happy with this tracking, and my husband has wanted to go out a couple times, and actually he wants to go out tomorrow, but I kind of told him I am tapped out. I can't spend any money on fun things. If he wants us to go out, then the expectation will be for him to pay for our day out. And so I am putting that choice back onto him of whether or not he wants to do that. Because again, living in the country, we have to travel pretty far to go into town to do fun activities. So he knows that it's putting gas in the cars. We probably will need to eat while we're out there because we're over an hour away from home. So it is a production whenever we go out for the day. And I told him within this budget, I just cannot do that. And he is respectful of that. So I am very thrilled about this. I'm continuing to keep up with my savings goals. I'm keeping up with my debt payment goals. And the main thing is keeping track of that credit union Visa card and keeping that at my functional zero. That is my priority with this. But I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in, watching, everybody who has subscribed and dropped me a comment of encouragement. This community on YouTube is absolutely fabulous, and I'm so glad that I'm a part of it. But for now, I hope that all of you are having a wonderful weekend and that you are also doing well on your debt budgeting and savings journeys. Thank you so much for being here and encouraging me along my journey. The next video that is coming up will be my budget for my second paycheck of May, and I still want to go ahead and do a video about retirement because I recently was able to hit a $100,000 balance through my retirement accounts, and that was very, very rewarding to see, but it definitely is not enough for me to comfortably retire yet. So I do want to go over that and maybe talk about my retirement goals going forward and how I will be able to pay off the debt and then use the money that I am putting into debt to then very aggressively save for retirement. So I still want to do that video and let you guys know what I am doing so that I feel prepared for retirement in the upcoming years. But I'm going to go ahead and sign off, hit the grocery store and stay within budget, but I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye!